On June 16th, 2015, I posted an unboxing of the MS Funnel 01. Now, 8 years later, you get to see the review.
Okay, so what we have are the funnel container A and the funnel container B. With the funnel container A, it is actually the most interesting because it opens up and you have the actual funnels. And obviously you could pull out the funnels. For whatever type of posing, whether you want it to be spent or open or whatever. And then they easily just pop back in. I think these are really cool. They have the most dynamic, and I think they match very well with their kits. And this is funnel container B. Now, funnel container B is a little bit lackluster. It does have a movable part, but the funnels on the inside are just part of the mold. There's nothing actually there. Nothing removable, at least not built into it. And so the thing about the non-scale parts is they don't have a corollary to any type of media, so a show or whatever. However, each part might fit better with a certain scale. And these, I believe, fit the best with 1/144 scale, and supposedly real grade, they will fit with that. So here is my incomplete HiMach. The pegs on here, the pegs on the funnels work best with the HiMach. So there's the peg, and with this size, with this scale, those pegs can fit right there. Now the question is does that work the best? I'm not sure. Not for these parts though. Anyway, because you can flip them up, but they're weird positioning to be on the hips because you have this big huge flap that has to go under the arm, which means the arms have to move out of the way. Which, I mean, that's detail. Now, with these funnels, they have this piece, and then they have this piece that slides in and out. They don't lock into place too well. On the backpack, with your little peg points, they fit in just fine. So plug those in. Oops. Now, because there's the gap, they tend to want to slide, which means if they slide too far, they won't have the rigidity that they need to hold themselves up. So here's what it looks like with the funnels utilized as a backpack. You can open them up, and I think that's where they work the best. Now the problem with the real grade is that there aren't any peg spots on the shoulders, on the backpack. Like that's a rectangular or a square peg. You know, if you pull off the side skirts, there's no pegs there. So the build system is a bit different, and without modifying the funnels, you're not going to be able to get it to fit to a real grade unless you can find one that has the proper peg spot. The pegs on the HiMach, usually the pegs on the side here, that is utilized by a lot of high grades for specifically for like things like side skirts and even arm joints or backpacks or whatever. It's the same pegging system. So to be able to utilize these parts, that's kind of your best bet to move forward.
Overall, I like these parts. I think that it would benefit to be able to use them along the whole grade system, not just in the HD, but if they had parts that would allow it to adapt to master grade, perfect grade, or whatever. For whatever that means, I know that the scaling of it kind of should scale with those parts as well, but what can you do? Moving forward, I would like to post more videos. I don't know what that looks like. I've always had a disconnect between creating content and my limitations and what I would like to see. So as I'm working through that, the goal is to be posting regularly. We'll see if that happens. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. And if you're curious about the original unboxing video, you can check that out. And we'll see you next time.